There we are, we're live. We are now live. So anybody that sees us on the pre-recorded will see us. So hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. We are the Mad Scientists. I'm Mad Frankie. This is Violet Igor over here. And together we make the Mad Scientists.
Hey.
There we go. Lovely, lovely. There we are.
Hi, everyone. I want to say hi to Liz and Anne are here. Liz says she's working on a project while working
Hi
on a
Liz. Hi
project,
Anne.
and she's watching us on TV. She's using colored pencils on a foiled background right now. That sounds pretty interesting.
Oh, we'll have to see that. Right, well, as you can see, I've got lots of papers here, some of which I have cut up into pages already. So I've got some more to cut up, and I've drawn on the backs the template for cutting it up. This is my template. You'll have got a different one from Violet. That's one I've already used, and I used the little bits for something else, which I'll show you later. That was one of my favourite ones, that one and another one. So we've got those.
Okay.
The other one, my other favourite one, I cut up already into pieces. So I can cut that one up as well because it's got the lines on. And same with this one, which needs some markings on it. And this one, so I did a few extra pages. That one's got markings, but it hasn't got the grid on the back. And Noah has that one. So that needs grid. Needs grid. Another one needs grid. But these have grid. So these I can cut up right now. So I'll have some pages ready to do things with, which would be a good idea, wouldn't it? And I'll show you how I actually put it together. So I'm going to take that piece off there. And then we've got our sheets. Now, you would probably be better off doing this cutting with a guillotine because I'm just wibbly wobbly and I can't get the guillotine on this table and anything else on there. It's too big. So I'm just doing it by hand. It doesn't matter. Oh, hello, there's Paula. Hello, Paula.
Hello, dear friends.
Hello. I'm just cutting up pieces for the little book. This is the excess piece. So these two I can use for something else later, which I'll show you later. So we'll cut this up. So we've got some pieces. Now this one has not got any markings on, so I think we better put some markings on that one before we cut it up. It's easier to put the markings on before you cut it up, I found, because otherwise you start concentrating on the little area and you want to get a bit of everything in the little area, and that is not how to do it. What you want is to get a little bit of everything vaguely over the whole area and then cut it up like that. That way you cut it from the other side so you can A, see the grid, and B, can't tell where you're cutting, so you're not tempted to try and get another piece in that you want. You know, and ruin your sizes. So are you following this project, Paula?
Yes, I am, and I'm trying it myself. But I use a cutting mat and a dressmaking roller. I'm quite good at that. So that's how I cut mine up. But yeah, I am. I did a bit this morning. Yeah.
When I get to doing the book, I'll make you. I'll take you off the screen so I can be full screen, but it's not necessary just now. All I'm doing is cutting.
Please do, because I don't want anybody to see me. Go ahead. Is Violet here?
All right. Yeah, she's audible but not visible.
Hi, V.
There we go. I am now solo.
Beautiful.
But I'm not
Hello,
sure.
Violet. Hello, friends who may be also watching. Greetings from
I've got a little
Amsterdam in the Netherlands.
Violet. I got a little beep noise when Paula turned up, so I realised I looked up to see what had happened. So that was handy, wasn't it?
Oh,
There we
yeah,
are. So those are out.
have I kicked Violet out?
No, she's there.
Oh, good.
She's quite quiet.
Oh.
But can you
Violet?
speak? Can you speak? She's waving her hands. I don't know what waving her hands means. Does it mean I haven't got?
Can't hear her.
She's rolling her hands. I don't know what that means either. Oh, she's been unadded to the stream. There we are.
Oh my God. I feel like I've been sitting over here playing charades.
Now, does this work? You're still
There
there.
we
Good.
go.
You look funny. Good.
Just before
goodness
Paula
for that.
came in, I knocked myself out. I don't know how I did it. But anyway, we're back. We're back and we're normal.
Well,
hi, Paula. I'm so glad you're here.
Hello, Dee. Can I just make sure nobody can? Can I just make sure nobody can see me, and I'll tell you why.
nobody can see.
Nobody can
Nobody
see you.
can
I
see.
can't see you. Fran can't see you.
I can see you in a little tiny box. I can see your head in a little tiny box underneath. But I'm looking at this more than I am that.
Good job. Okay, it's just I feel a bit embarrassed because yesterday I had my front tooth knocked out.
Did you?
And I'm going. Yes, and I'm going to the dentist tomorrow, and I have no front tooth in the front, which is why I've got my hand over my mouth.
Ah,
Paula.
I've had that.
Paula.
Anyway, here I am. Hello, everybody.
Paula?
Yeah.
Violet
What
talking
does
to
the
you.
other guy look like?
Pardon?
What does
Say
the other
again?
guy?
The other guy looked like. What does the other guy look like, Paula?
I wish it was, but no, it doesn't matter. But I have no front tooth, and I also sound a bit weird, like I'm whistling through my tooth, talking like this. Oh.
I've had that. I've got a crown at the front, and when that comes out, I feel really self-conscious about it. Yes,
That's what happened
But
to
luckily
me. My crown came out, so I look like a witch.
well, I've got some dental cement, so I just put it back in.
They don't have that over here. It's a bit like carnival paper.
Oh, you can get it on Amazon.
Okay.
Oh well, I'm off to the dentist tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, you're really fast then, because for us, when I try to get to the dentist, it can take weeks and weeks and weeks. So I can't be bothered waiting that long and paying, between £50 and £100. So sausages to that. I'll do it myself.
Yeah, that's also true. But here in the Netherlands, not to digress from your beautiful art, but we have to pay, like in the States, we have to pay private medical insurance. So when you have those things, you phone up, and if you've got good insurance, they whip you in quick and get your money off you. So
Yeah. Okay, so there we are. Now this measurement, I will tell you in just a moment, but it's it's whatever size you decided to make your where are we? There we are. Whatever the size you decided to make, it's a little bit less than that. So that's the size I used for that, and that is just over 2 inches, 2 1/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches, roundabout. But it doesn't have to be. It can be whatever you want it to be. So for this one, I'm doing my pages a little bit thinner. So they're going to go on there, I hope. That in there like that, you see? So there'll be 2. I hope. Sincerely hope so. That's what it's supposed to be. And I fold it over like that to make my 2 pages, which will go in there like that. See the idea? That is the right size, isn't it? Why is it looking smaller? Where's the biggie? Did I put the biggie over there? I'm always losing things when I'm in the middle of doing stuff. Oh, that
as long as you're
taking
a breath. Hi, Colleen. Hi, everyone. I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt Fran while she was talking right now.
Hi, Trish. Hi, Jerry.
I don't know who is playing along with us. Fran.
So there's.
I've already finished my book, but I'm not going to show it until Fran's done with this one because I want to see how she does it. I think I goofed mine up, but it's done.
So
anyway.
Here's the pieces I put out earlier, right? So I will be folding those like in half, like that. Right, so I've got one piece folded in half. So that will then, the other way round, that will then be stuck down there, but not yet, because I want to put the pieces of Tyvek in. Now I've cut some Tyvek and coloured it, so I've got a choice of which side I want. And I coloured it by using the gel plate. I just used a gel plate. I just put down a nice thingy. What do you call it? Stencil, that's the word. I used my Sea Dragon stencil, which you can get from PM Artist Studio. Like that, you see? And I just put it on the plate. I put some colour on first. Then I put it on the plate and wiped off what was there with a thinnish bit of paper, which I then went on and did lots with, I think. Well, like this, you see, just wiped it off. And then I could take that off. There would be the remains, which I would then put my Tyvek, which is what I'm using to make my hinges, down on top of a particular area. So if I see the nice little pattern there and I go, I'll have that bit on there. And then put another bit there, and then I can put the paper back down, which is why you see gaps. So I put the paper back down and just press, and I just get the edge bits, you know. And then I can peel these up and see the nice pattern. Lovely.
But they would make wonderful stencil. They would make wonderful stamps.
Yeah, they would. Because I was using, and they're so fine detail, I think these would work better as stamps than they will as stencils, because they are really quite fine, the separation bits. In fact, you wouldn't need the separation bits at all. But what was I going to say? Because these are a new stencil, I would put that down on the colour, soak it up, take it off, remove all that, and then put another layer of colour down and put it down again. That way, you've got the colour on the stencil, this is the area I was using because it was smaller and fitted in better. So then you've got this colour on the back, so that it, when you put it down on the colour that's down there, you've got colour on here, down onto colour on there. And then when you pull it up, you've still got a remnant on here, as well as the pattern of the stenciled creature, right? So that's why when you pull it up, you get something sort of like that. That's me using the remnants, but that's why you get these bits in the background as well as the design. So that when you pull up your bit of Tyvek, you've got colour in the background as well as the design. You see? If you try and do it with a brand new stencil with no paint on, and you put it and expect that to work, you'll find an almost bare plate the first time. So you've got to put it back on the stencil. There we go. That's all.
So Mariah says,
do another load of that.
Mariah says that keep in mind that the ones in the shop, the Sea Dragons in the shop, are masked. They're not on a sheet like yours, Fran.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're special.
So you can use the individual creatures in the same way that the stencils that pop out. You can use them in the same way. Exactly the same way. It was just easier to use the sheet in a quickie, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we've now got these. I've now creased this one. This will now fit there. See? I will put it a bit further back so it's almost at the back. I don't mind the big extra bit here. That's fine. So I will fold all these to make my pieces. So that it should fold this way round, not the way round I did initially. You fold it this way round with the white outermost.
Oh, it's not just you, Julie. What are the measurements of the cover pieces? You know, Fran just wings it with everything. But for the most part,
it's best to get your bit of card. Look, where's the piece I cut ready and didn't use? Let me show you on that one. There we are. This is the bit of card I cut from an envelope. Let me show you the envelope. This is the bigger one. I had a smaller one like that. All I did was I cut these edges off. So that's a smooth fold there, right? So I cut that extra bit off. I just peeled it up like that, right? To get to the bare board. And then I've got all that area to use. And all I did was I took a bit of this from the corner like that. And I just cut where I wanted the size of my little bookie. See? It doesn't have to be that size. Can be bigger. Like I've got some big ones here that I was planning on using as well. Nice big ones. See? Same idea, just two pieces. This piece and that piece, you just cut it out, put glue between the two pieces, let it sit so that it's firm, and then you've got a nice thickish board, which is lovely.
You'll laugh when I tell you what I used.
Go on.
Toilet paper roll.
It's still card. It's still card.
It works.
It's fine.
I save them and flatten them out and then cut them if I need them or use them as is. I use them for sliding tags, hidden tags.
Let's fold a load of these up so we've got a whole load of them. White side outermost, remember. So I'm lining it up with the other side. Squishing down this side.
You're a tad off when you're working down there. There you go.
Right, so you've got 3 there now. Let's do another one.
Hey, Laura, is this something that Defy would, if I sent mine in, would Defy want them for the auction? Or is this more like a craft to do with the hardest? What do you think? Or both?
You can squash that with your bone folder. Oh, there's my bone folder. I wondered where it was. There we are, like that. There you go. Let's do this one as well.
Good to know.
So you don't have to use the back of your finger now.
Good to know.
I did use the back of my scissors for the little book. I'll show you that later. So we've now got 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. And what you can do is you can mix and match. Because these are all from one sheet, that's one colour, but then I've got these ones from the previous sheet. And I found actually that it's not so bad putting these are card with paper. You can mix and match. It's not so bad. I thought it was going to be a bit lumpy looking, but it wasn't. It was fine.
And you know, we talked about including some blank pages in with the papers, and I didn't do that with mine. I got all done and I looked at it and went, I forgot. So
you certainly can, or you can use some bits of. Let me grab this over here. Bits of book page. These are ones I've sprayed onto.
Yeah.
So both sides are available if you want. If you prefer that side, I wouldn't use the sprays with the glimmer in. If you're not going to use that side, I'd just use ordinary colour spray. And then you can use some of that. You can use that as a page, or you can put it on a page, make a little belly band to hold it, and then make yourself a little bit to go inside. I have not done that yet.
Talk and see if we hear you, Paula. She thinks she's not here anymore.
Oh, she's not here anymore. No.
Uh-oh. She switched to live chat and knocked herself out.
And just click the link again.
Yeah, just come back in with the link. Click on that link I posted. Well, here, I'll post it again. Because we need to hear your voice. Yeah. There you go. There you go, Paula.
So mix and match. Mix and match. It doesn't give me a beep when somebody's gone. Only when somebody's... There she is. Arrived.
There she is.
Oh,
hey, you know what, Anne? If you go to the Disabled Artist Foundation website and you look at, there's a list in there of the auctions for the month and what the auction is about. Like maybe the auction is going to be about books, or the auction is going to be about hand, like fabric or whatever. And then you'll get a clue of what to donate at a specific time if you want it in that auction. And there's also a wish list, I think. Laura, correct me if I'm wrong. There's a wish list of no names are giving of our artists. That's private, but they'll post a link or a list of what they want. Like they need glue, they need fabric, they like junk, like washers, metal washers, or things to make scrappy dolls or whatever. There's some wonderful information over there, Anne.
Hi guys, I think I'm back.
Yes,
yep, good.
I don't like it that I can't read the live chat at the same time, but if that's not possible, I'm just saying hi to everybody. But I like to read all the stuff, but I can't see that.
Okay, if you're on your phone, yeah, that would be a difficulty. I'm on a computer, and I can, over to the right, I can see it says private chat and comments to the right of Fran's picture. And I click on comments, and then I can see all the chat.
All right, let me have a look because I'm on a tablet. Let me try and figure it out. Hold on.
Yep.
Comments. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Bear with me.
So I've got this one.
Send again. Yes, I can see it now.
There you go. Yay.
Thank you.
Right, Laura. Absolutely. Actually, Laura, I have a box of troll dolls that I purchased back in the late 80s, early 90s, I think, or maybe it was early 80s. I don't know. They're in their boxes. Most of them are all in the box. And I bought them because every time I went in the store, if you look at dolls in the toy department, most dolls are dressed and have clothes, nice clothes. Troll dolls don't. And I thought that was just wrong. So I kept buying them and crocheting clothes for them.
Oh.
And then I give the dolls away. And I have quite a few still in boxes, and I keep meaning to send them to Defy. Oh, that's a good mark, Fran. I was just doing circles and dots and swirlies. That's a good one.
You can do anything you like. I've done swirlies as well.
Yeah. See, I just did
variety. That's really what you want. So I've got a few there, another one here, maybe another one over there, maybe another one in this corner.
Paula's back. I messed it up. I brought Paula back. You're a beautiful girl. I don't care what you say.
there we are. I'm back to solo. You're gone. Burnished.
I don't know how I did that, Fran.
Only.
Kind of cool though.
Don't do anything rude. Do not do anything rude in your kitchen in case Violet has got you recorded you.
Yes.
Hi, witchy woman. Hi, Maya, probably.
Yep. Witchy woman. One of the witchy women is our Laura. That's Laura. Wild woman.
Hi, everybody. Are Evie and Trish here today? Hi, Evie.
Not sure.
I think all the usual suspects are here. Carrie, hopefully, is here. Colleen. Hello, beautiful friends.
What's
Gary,
wrong, Fran?
yes.
Gorgeous
Right,
colour.
Hi, Eddie.
Well, that was a mistake. But never mind. I will
Yeah,
simply soak that
and
one up.
Mariah's correct, Paula. There is a lag in this chat as opposed to YouTube. YouTube, it's going to YouTube and there's a lag. So they may have already, you have to keep an eye on chat because they may have already said that like 4 comments back. That's YouTube lag.
Now,
but
I'm not worried about that blob. I've got a blob. So what? I can always make another blob. There we go. I've made another blob. I'm just pressing the pen down to make another blob. There we are. So now I've got blobs. I will now soak those up because I don't want them to drift about.
And you know what? We were talking the other day, and when we were doing embellishments like this on the cards, your camera moved a little bit. You're cutting off at the bottom.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, there you go. We were talking about doing these mark making on here to embellish the cards. And when you think about the way you're going to cut it, it kind of helps lay out where you put your marks to, or your blobs or your swirlies or whatever. You kind of had me
just trying to make sure you've got something in each corner, so you've got a piece that big. So you see I've got bits here.
Yep.
In white and in that, and then I'm going to put some blobs on top before I cut it up, right? Because some nice, I got some lovely copper there, burning ember it's called, distress ones.
Yeah, like Laura says, everything just becomes a character mark. I mean, you get a fingerprint on there, it's a character mark. You just call it a mark.
Oh, what a good idea. No, I don't think I will.
Well, I tend to do that quite often, but it's usually on the back side of the paper from when I pick it up.
So you can just put your spots anyhow how you like. They don't have to be in big regular areas. It's just...
And the one I just did, I used white, black, silver, and gold Posca pen.
I don't know where my silver and gold ones are. I've only got my whites and my blacks here.
Yep.
I might have a colour one somewhere, but oh yes, I have. Look, I've got that one. I could do a bit of that one.
Abby, I thought of that, but I mean, the pages are so small that it was like, okay, now I'm getting too precise and trying too hard. So I decided just to do it while the paper was big. And I actually, if you see my pictures in Makers, I actually, on some of them, I did dots and I just did squiggles. Just took the paintbrush and just pretended like
if you're doing this,
in the air.
It's not a great idea to do it on a pale bit. So I've got a pale pen. So the best idea is to do it somewhere like that so that you can see it.
Yeah. Contrast.
Or like this piece here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I did that with my gold, and there's no gold on this otherwise, but the gold, when it dried, the Posca pen, it kind of faded into it, so it was less obvious.
Yeah, the white sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, and that's okay.
If you use acrylic, you're going to be better off in that respect.
Disabled artist sales, Janine, once a month. Disabled artists have an auction.
Violet, can I ask a question?
Yes, you can.
For Defy, are they interested in digital images? Because because I'm over in the Netherlands, it takes like 6 months for a pencil to get anywhere. But I just thought,
absolutely, yeah, and they try to help as much as they can with the postage overseas, but yes, it is expensive. I know that Carehart runs. She runs Defy, and Laura says yes to digital. I know that I had like something like 400 vintage postcards. These things went back to I think there might have been a few that were back from the 1800s that I purchased from a friend who cleaned out her mom's house, and there was like 400 vintage postcards. And I sent the majority of, well, there were over 400 because I kept a few and gave away a few, but I sent about 400 or so to Defy. And I know Care was going to scan them all in and sell them or auction them as digitals. If you go to the monthly auction, there are some flat rate priced products. Like I purchased a stack of, I'm loving what Fran's doing. Sorry, I'm trying to watch her and think. But I purchased a stack of, it's like upholstery swatches. And it's just beautiful. And I got a big stack, and at the time it was $15 flat. That's it. Well, plus shipping, $5 shipping, because I'm in the US. So it was like, and when I got it, I have not been disappointed in anything I've purchased from there. I used to send a lot more crochet than I do now, but my hands won't keep up with my brain.
Yeah. Mine is not about the shipping costs or the things like that. I don't care about that. But for me, to send anything to anybody, like an ATC or a swap or a Happy Mail, everybody gets it like 6 months later, and we've moved on to the next thing. So, my thing is that if I can, or any of us could contribute some digital material that the people that are the artists that need it they can print it out, or we can help them print it out.
All right. Laura says that would be wonderful. Laura says that she, because she works there, volunteers, they do volunteers. She sends out approximately 1,600 printables a month. They send out a lot of digital. They physically print them out and mail them to the hardest. The hardest are the disabled artists. So they print them out and mail them that way. So if you had something that you wanted to donate, that would, there's if you go to the site, there's a way, it tells you how to do that. And
I will do. How wonderful. That would be lovely.
Yeah, I know when I've sent digital to them, and when Care sent digital back to me, she uses WeTransfer.
Oh yeah.
So it's very easy and free, and I love it. Fran, I didn't know you were going to use sprays. You went beyond what I did. I thought we were just,
Can I just mention?
Yeah.
I'm using sprays now.
Yeah, it is your stream. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
So I've used the Burning Ember and Fortune Teller because I like these colours. So,
look at that
the way you do it, it's important that you know. I'm not just spraying haphazardly and getting a huge shot of it. Okay, in order to get just little blobs, I am being very careful. You can see how this is running everywhere. I'm being very careful, and I am putting my fingers on the spray, not over this bit onto that bit. So I am holding it a bit so that when I press, I am stopping it from going all the way down too fast. Right, so I just go press, little tiny bit to get these little tiny bits. Because another way to do it, but you don't get such a scatter, is to take the top off and just
drip it like you were doing. Yeah. There you go, Eddie.
With some of them it works well, and with others it doesn't work so great. So there you go.
Yeah.
So that's gorgeous. Oh.
So that's going to dry.
That's a link to the calendar, Eddie, but I suggest the calendar will tell you when the auctions are being held, but I suggest you explore the site. There's good info there. If you want to come to the auction and bid or buy something, you need to fill out a form, which is also available on the site. It's all very easy to use. Yeah, Laura says she calls herself a paint flinging monkey because she takes the top off and flings it on there.
Well, will probably be all right for a bigger size book, but for a small book,
Yeah.
I wanted smaller pieces. So I've got some sprays on this one already. I just haven't put these bits on, but I haven't got sprays on this one or these bits. So I'm just going to do some bits.
Wow.
There's only so many places where I can get this color to show up. Black shows up in more places.
And if I missed any questions or comments there, please repeat them and I'll do my best to.
Guys, it's like purple paradise. I'm in heaven.
Something paradise?
You're in heaven?
Purple paradise.
Oh, purple paradise.
Purple paradise. Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Oh,
yes, I like a purple paradise.
Let's see.
Yes, me too. It goes.
I don't have a purple.
Was that a Tim Holt spray, Fran?
Yes, it was. That one was Fortune Teller Distress Mica Spray. And the other one I used is Distress Mica Spray, Mica Stain, beg its pardon. They're both stains. Mica Stain, Distress Mica Stain. One's Fortune Teller and the other's but the thing about these is they come in a pack of 3.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get them individually.
I can't get them at all.
Well, it doesn't matter. You can get other ones. Can you get Nouveau? I've used that one as well.
No, I can get Cadence and I can get Set Actor from France.
Lovely. Nothing wrong with Cadence.
Yeah,
I've used that myself. So I grabbed what was next to me right here. You see, I think I've got some Cadence somewhere.
Oh, I love Cadence. They're wonderful sprays.
Yes, I like them too.
Yeah.
Can I find someone I want to say yes? No, I can't. I've also got Vallejo sprays, these, but that's not got any sparkle in it. So you'll only get the colour with something like that. Spicy Violet Carrot Cake Spray by Vallejo. Oh
no, I can also get Vallejo here in the Netherlands. They're a big model. They do like model making and stuff. Yeah.
Ah. So here's another Nouveau one. You could do that. That's sort of a coppery colour.
Yeah.
Does the Nouveau have the mica in it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's got mica, filled with mica. It's really good, actually. I like them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can see.
Because I thought I saw Sharon use Nouveau, but I didn't remember it having mica. Because she wouldn't have put mica on the gel plate.
They're lovely. They're very, very lovely. Those
well, I'm enabled again. I'm putting Nouveau down on my gotta get it list.
Yeah, I've got a Cadence somewhere. But the Cadence are these ones are just ink spray, that one. But you can get the shimmer ones as well. I know, because I've got some somewhere. That's got any in it.
I find it very interesting because most of the people are in USA and Canada. And then we have some arty friends in Australia and New Zealand. And then we have the guys in England, Miriam in Israel, and us over in the Netherlands. It's really interesting how difficult it is to get the products. It just drives me crazy. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Well, I've been trying to get that. This is even worse, to get hold of Glimmer Glam. And I have a feeling that this one was the only one left available in the UK. It's green. I have quite a lot missing from it.
Yeah.
Or it's evaporated or something gone quite thick. I don't know what to sort of thin it down with. It's called Private Meadow.
Yes.
But it's the Tattered Angels Glimmer Glam.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they call it paint, but it's called Glimmer Glam. And that's the only one I've been able to find. I did send them a message from Canvas Core, which is who makes them. I sent them a message to say, why can't I get hold of any more of these? Even Amazon has it currently unavailable. We don't know when it will come back. It probably won't.
Yeah. Nightmare.
Well,
I just wanted to try it. It's been around for about 12 years. I found them talking about it on a 12-year-old video somewhere on YouTube.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Typical me, party.
We will find it, but it is difficult. It was like my 7-month wait for my carnival paper. It was like, oh my goodness.
I think this one now. I think that's it. That's the last one that we'll ever see.
Oh.
I won't be doing any crafting.
Can you maybe try and recreate it?
That's exactly what I was looking into. Trying to recreate it.
Yeah.
And I put, do you remember, Violet? I put some in a pot.
Yep.
And that was me trying to recreate that stuff. And I don't know that it was all that successful. But then I didn't have one to compare it to. Now I've got one to compare it to.
Yep.
I can look and see how big the glitter is and all that kind of thing. I was making it with mica.
You can do it.
Well, they're made in the USA.
Were. I don't know if they still are.
Yeah, I'm looking at them. Yeah, it says when the paint dries, the glitter is suspended inside the paint and stays in place. And that's the only way I would play with glitter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking for a shop to sell it. Tattered Angels.
Oh, I love the sound. Is that a new tune?
It wasn't me.
I think you won't find it because I think they may have gone out of business or they've changed their name.
No, I think they're still Canvas Core because they're still selling Tattered Angels. You can still get those.
Yeah,
mostly.
They said this,
but not the Glimmer Glam.
Yep, they're saying not available.
Yeah, I sent them a letter in protest about that, asking them if they can tell me where I can get hold of some.
Temporarily out of stock on Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh, not available. So for whatever reason.
I think I'm done with that. So now it's time for a bit more gloop. I only put a little bit of this one on because I've already got that color on there in this metallic green graduate acrylic, I think it was I used on there. Or it might have been this one. That's the Pabeo Studio Acrylics in the iridescent blue-green. If you look at the previous thing, I might have actually mentioned what it was. Who knows? Could be lucky. Okay, so I've used those. So let's use these, which are the Nuvo sprays. See how they work out.
Oh, they are so gorgeous. Don't
forget, shake them up. So are the mica stains. They are really lovely. But of course, I don't know. Are they... I don't know if they clean spray nozzle immediately.
Fran and I have often talked
normally. Sorry?
Go ahead. Well, we've often talked how we find a product, especially you find a product that you love, and then it's discontinued or no longer available, or you can't get it over there.
Yep.
Very frustrating.
So the distress line is meant to be water reactable, right? So you spray your normal distress sprays and then you can dribble water on it and it reacts. Or other color sprays and it will react together. This doesn't say anything about that. So I don't know whether this is still reactable or whether it isn't. It's called distress, so it ought to be logically, but then who's logical? Now, this is the, what's this one called? Lavender lining. So I've shook it up good and proper. And again, I'm trying to limit how much comes out.
They're really beautiful, but what I've found is that they clog. They really clog up really badly.
Well, if that happens, I take it out and I'll rinse it. And if I still can't get it to work, I'll use a new one. That's why I buy new nozzles all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's always best to remember to shake it up before you start spraying, because if you start spraying and you've forgotten to shake it up, that's when you're going to get the mica going up the tube.
Yeah.
Because it's all set at the bottom. So if you shake it up, you're going to get less going up the tube, less likely. I don't say not going to, but less likely to clog it. So there we go. Let's try with this one. Oh, that's nice. That's coming out beautiful.
Yeah, they're such beautiful colours. They really are.
Oh, that's enough of that one. So I've got some nice randomish bits, and I can also, with the amount that's come out here, I can also tip it and get a bit more out of it. Get it to spread about a bit more. Not a lot, because there's not much there. So there we are. Lovely. That's going to be nice when that's dried. And I've got a bit on here, so I may as well finish and add a little bit more on this one. In fact, I think what I'll probably do is mop that up, because I'll still get the colour there. And I want to do the marks, you see, with my pens, so that I can carry on and add this to the next. You can see with the white it is taking up the colour, so it blends more into the background, which I'm not so fond of. But there we go. I'll just add a few.
I like it. Very beautiful colours.
Yep. Purple.
This was a nice one. It turned out well. I can't remember what I did with it. I think I did that in the dungeon. So unless you remember, Violet, I mean...
I'm not... Is that all sprays? If that's all sprays, holy cow,
No.
we've done so many.
That's brayery with the little brayer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
And I used some yellow in there. I can see it. I think that was benzimidazolone yellow, that.
Mm-hmm. When I...
And that would have been teal. This one. Because it's got no shine in it, and that's the only other one I used when I was doing this. Teal.
When I made
and then
mine,
we've got that, which I think might be... it might be red iron oxide, but it's a bit... I think it might be orange. Transparent red iron oxide, it might be, but I think
Laura,
it's the...
just, most of what she made is just copy paper. It's just 300 GSM copy paper, I believe. So it's just whatever paper. She did use cardstock and found that for these book pages is what we're talking
100
about.
GSM, you're correct, 100 GSM paper. And I used some card, which is this thicker stuff, which was 300.
Yeah.
So that's 100, that's 300.
Ah.
Hi, Beth. So when I did mine, I couldn't find my mini brayer, so I swiped the paint on with an old credit card, an old, little card.
That
and
work.
it was good enough. I was
that
happy.
could be quinacridone burnt orange, or it could be a paparazzi orange, like Tango. I used some paparazzi on some of these as well. I just mixed whatever I felt like. I just did a normal mad Frankie. And I used some quinacridone magenta on some of these. I think more on these dark ones here. So it's whatever paints you've got that you think might go nicely together, might contrast well together. It's whatever you like. If you don't like purple.
Anne had limited time this past weekend because she had so much going on. So she didn't really have time to go make painting papers. So she used what she had already from the past.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yep.
There's no rule. It's just whatever works for you.
Exactly.
Yep. I decided to sit down and call it my meditative time. And I work standing up at the kitchen counter doing my papers.
Are you talking in the background, Paula?
Yeah, I don't think she can hear you.
Because if you are, you might be best to mute.
Fran, since you've gone this far, can I do a show and tell of my book now?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely. Let me.
Yeah, you'll have to
Let me
click
count.
yourself on. Here you go.
Make me big.
I've muted Paula for the moment.
Yeah.
Because I think she's in the background.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
I can get you. Come on.
So I'll show everyone the one I created over the weekend because I couldn't wait till today to finish. So I have a stack of painty papers that I'm gonna make embellish a bit more and make another bigger book. But this is the book I've made so far. I think maybe I go over this way. So it's not okay. There we go. So here's my book so far. I've got a dangle I've made. Let's bring this up. It's not very big. It's the size that Fran said. It's what, 2.5 this way and 1.25 this way. Yeah.
The other way. Yeah.
Yep. So I made a dangle, put together a little jewelry dangle. And then, okay, this tie is driving me nuts because I don't have any freight check and it's fraying. So there's the book. And then you open the book up and I have a piece of this fabric in here that you can't see very well is a very thin fabric that I got from Defy. And it was in a pile of fabric swatches. So I used it for the backing because you did wrap around with your cover. You wrapped it around inside and I used 2 different pieces. So then here's all my pages, which you saw in Makers. You saw them all printed up in Makers.
Yep.
Don't stick. Won't stick.
I liked those.
And then the back page. So you can't really see too much of this fabric. I left a little bit poking out so it would be grungy and yucky. And then the back. That's my book. So Laura, do you think that
I love that. Is that, did you say that's lace that on the back or ribbon?
This gold stuff is actually, there's a yarn you can buy. I'll have to run upstairs to get it to make curly Q scarves. And I got bored with doing that. So I save it to add as an embellishment. And I just kind of put it on there, glued it on there. No biggie.
Hiya, Beth.
Laura, do you think this is something that I could send it to Defy as is?
It's Laura here. I didn't realize.
Oh, and there's the spine. There's my spine, Fran. The fabric that I used became like the entire spine, and then that little piece is this ribbon.
Ah, yeah. Lovely.
So it was kind of.
So you've got to remember to put that in earlier. Yes.
Yeah. And then the dangle.
It's lovely.
Yes. Okay.
I particularly like on the outside. That yarn. I particularly like that yarn you turned into a sort of woven net.
I'll have to run up and get it and hold the phone. It's right there. I'll be right back.
I'll unsolder you so that I can. There we are. You're gone again, Paula. I can unmute you now if you're back.
Yeah, there we are. My husband's just on his way home from our mum-in-law, but no, we don't need to talk about that now. But here I am.
I just muted you because I thought you were doing something in the background. So, in case you wanted to be private and hadn't realised we could still hear you. Right. So we've now got those. Oh, I haven't put any goo on that. I must put some goo on that. Got a little bit, but I didn't put much on. So I'll put a bit more goo on using the Nouveau colours because I really like those. There might be more available, but I mean anything will do.
Hi, Darcy.
Hi, Darcy.
That's plenty, and it's now going everywhere, all over me.
And there-
Rub it in.
That doesn't squirt so well, that one.
Make
Sorry?
thumbprints on your paper.
Rub
Huh?
it in. Rub it in.
Rub it in.
I don't want to rub it in. I want to let it dry like that. I'm going to use some of this one first. And I'm going to pop that down there to make sure if there is any spray off, it doesn't go on those pieces.
Yeah.
What a beautiful colour. It looks like blood.
I think I've already got some of this on here. I won't put much more on then.
Kind of looks like it.
There you go. Well, I saw that dried bit there, you see, and I thought, I've done this one before. Yeah. So that'll go away to dry.
Okay.
So,
show my yarn. Bring me up to show the yarn. And don't be shocked.
Okay.
I have pink. So.
Oh, dear.
I know.
Let me turn you solo. There we go. There you are. You're
I said what it was. It's Boutique Sachet. The one I used was the metallic, but I also have various colors. I have blues. This is variegated. It's called Rumba. So what
I have the blue. I have the sea blue and the purple in that.
Right. So usually they use it to make these ruffly scarves, and I got
Yeah.
bored with making those. So this is what I did: is I just opened it up like this.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, and put it over that book. So that's all I did.
Oh, look at that, everybody!
This is only here for me to go and throw it across the room.
Me too. I'm just like, that's a bit boring. Oh, look at that.
So this has some different shades of the gold, and I went with the one that I thought would pop out the most. This seemed too light. I didn't care for it. I really wanted the dark, grungy one.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So yeah, it was really easy. And be careful, because silly me, I used the glitter glue in areas to glue it down. Don't do that, because it seeps into the fabric and you can actually see it.
Yeah.
I went back to using the fabric tack, and the fabric tack was the best product to use to put down the fabric and this stuff. You could see where it is, but it's not as bad. There's just no way around it. So it adds to the grunge.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, gosh.
So yeah, the next time you see yarn like this, you think, oh, it's not real yarn, go ahead, pick it up. You'll be surprised where you can put it.
Oh, God, I've got loads of it. Can you imagine that on the gel plate?
Well, and yeah, that's what Darcy said. Use the pink on the gel plate. Yeah, I'm not even sure I want to look at it that much. Somebody wanted a pink scarf, so I bought a few of them, and that's what I have left. But I
also got given maybe 10 balls of that yarn that looks like it's got feathers coming off it. It's like you knit it and it comes out like one of P's lovely scarves. But I'm sick of looking at that as well. But I thought, oh, maybe we could lay that on the gel plate, or we could cut some and stick it on things. Ooh,
or another way to use it is if you have a big O-ring or something like that, or some wire that you can make a ring, you tie it all up with other yarns and threads and make a dangle.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. How wonderful.
Yep. Okay, Fran, I'm done. Thank you, dear.
Okay, hang on a second. I'm just drying this a bit. I've dried it with a heat gun while you were
good timing.
Showing. It's a good opportunity. So that's hastened that one up a bit. Let me go. There we are, all of us together. Down to me.
There
we go.
You're safe.
There we are. Right, just me. I wish we could go to just the other solo person instead of having to put everybody up and then take them off again. But there we go.
Yeah.
So I've now got everything I want on that. So I can now cut it out. I've got the extra bits. And then I'll show you how to put together the little book. We'll finally get to the little book.
Eyelash yarn. That's what Johnny calls it. Eyelash yarn. Yes.
Eyelash yarn. Yeah.
Eyelash yarn. That's the one.
Yep.
Yeah. And then you,
I like
you
that.
just get fed up. You get fed up of looking at it. You're just like, oh no. Yeah.
I just use it on book dangles.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
That's what you just said. Yeah.
Anne says that she's going to start a no-kill shelter for pink things.
Oh,
Let me know when you open your doors. I got a few things. Pink's not.
Violet and Fran, can everybody hear what we're all saying to each other?
yes.
Ah, okay.
That's why I muted you when you went off and were doing something else, in case you didn't want that on.
Yeah, don't want to listen to my private husband conversation. Okay, I still have not figured out how to be in the live chat and then still be in the stream with you. So I just want to say hi to everybody. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'm a bit of a technophobe.
Probably. Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Huh?
No, she's on a tablet.
On a tablet.
I'm on my tablet in my kitchen cooking dinner, and then I did this really crazy thing where I thought, oh, I can maybe stick my mobile phone to the underside of my kitchen cupboard and have it pointing down at my work surface, and then I can join in and chat. But no, it didn't work, but it will be fine. No. I'm just loving to be here, and I hope that I'm not interfering and that everybody likes to hear my funny comments.
Here's what you can do, Paula. You can, if you're watching on your tablet, you're in here with us. If you want to see the live chat better, go over on your phone and bring us up on YouTube.
Oh,
and just have the live. You can get the live chat that way. That's how I use
live chat there. Yes, but make sure when you get there to immediately mute. Turn the volume off in the YouTube chat, or you will cause an echo.
Yeah.
Let me try. That was totally a brainstormer. Okay, here we go. I'm doing it.
An echo.
Yeah. Let me try. That was totally a brainstormer.
There we are. Echo.
Yeah, echo. No. Leave it for now. It's fine. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
If you turn the sound down on your phone, then you've still got the sound with your tablets, but you haven't got it with your phone.
Yep. Yeah. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I'm just getting echo. It doesn't matter. I'm here.
Okay. Echo is one of the.
Is Eddie making cocktails, or are we having a dry night?
Let's see. The chat went pretty fast for me, so.
Mine's gin with a slice and ice, please.
Oh, yes, fine. We do love a gin. We do love a gin. We're not a load of raging alcoholics, but we're just having a little fun of who likes their cocktails. And Eddie last night was right on the cocktails. It's very funny.
Eddie says it's a sober Monday. So I'm going for iced hazelnut coffee, in fact.
Okay, Eddie. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Anne. Okay, my book spine is held together. Fran showed it to me, and I liked her original, but I ended up doing it the way she said to after the fact. Fran, where's your finished book? Do you have it available?
Should I show my little mini book?
Well, actually, show the one you have completed already before you show the mini. Show the one you have completed so we can see that spine.
Oh, that one. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
The one where you have the the spine on the outside.
There we go. I've now got a selection of all of these ready to go. Whoops, with that one in this one, right? Now I wouldn't do it this fast because I've noticed on where are they? I just put them in. The ones I just put in, I've noticed that the color is inclined to stick.
Oh yeah,
on these ones.
Yep.
These ones. The Nouveau color that I put down.
Oh.
Really. So you really need to leave it to dry because otherwise those patches are going to stick to another page. And then you're going to get right. So that's what I wanted to say. So we've got all these, right? And I will sort out which way we're putting them in a minute. So in the meantime, there they are, ready to go. And I'll get my little heavy thingy and pop it on top, my bench block. So let's have a look at the one that's already done.
Right, because you showed the spine, you put it together with that spine on the outside. So what she did, Colleen, is she glued all the pages together back to back, which made like a accordion type thing.
Yep. So you put 2 pages that you folded like that.
Right.
Right. Folded a page, folded another page, and glue those 2 bits together like that. And then on the next one, you glue to that. Right.
Right. Okay. So, and then she took all of those and the very first page and the very last page. Go ahead.
And on the very first page and the last page, I got my piece of Tyvek, which I'm using as a hinge. Now, where did I put my piece of Tyvek? I think I'll just get these out so I can show you with one of these. Yeah. Here's a nice piece, right? About the right sort of size. Well, that bit might be a little bit better size. There we are. That's a good one. So what I did was, once I'd got all these put together, I then got the last one and the first one. And the first one, I put the hinge down there. And then I placed it like that so that I wanted it to go. And then I got the last one because all these are stuck together. Yeah. So they're all nice and neat and level.
She got that spine to fit.
Like that. Right? So then you put that over there and either cut off the excess or make sure you've got enough excess this side.
Right.
To bend it over equally.
Yeah.
Like that, you see? So that it's nice and equal. So then I stuck it down to there, right? And then I stuck it to there. So I had that down, right? And I put glue on the edge here, stuck that down. Then I put glue down here and stuck that down. And then I put glue here and stuck that down. Leveling it up each time with things so that you end up with that.
And that's how I did mine. And I actually, I also included a little piece of fabric for a ribbon closure.
And here's a little baby one I did earlier. Teeny weeny one.
Isn't that gorgeous?
And with that one, I did it the same way as that, but then I had some extra pieces of Tyvek left over. And I just cut them and put them over the back like 2 little bands. You see? Sticking them to the outside and binding there and to the back.
Now the original one, you put the binding on the outside and
that was because I was in a hurry.
Yeah, we really like it on the inside.
That the workshop was finishing and I was about the only person left and about the only bit of fabric was this piece that wasn't quite long enough to turn over, so it's fraying.
Yeah. So you can use another piece of paper or a piece of fabric or like in your case, a piece of Tyvek for the spine.
Yeah, I could use that bit. I could cut that down and use that on it. It would be much better.
Oh, wow.
I might do that.
Delish.
She
So
did that
that's how
really small one, but she also has the board cut to do a bigger one too next.
Yeah, I also have these here boards here to do a bigger one.
Yep.
And I covered these with gel prints, as you can see. So I just did a collage of gel prints, tore them off and put them there, another bit there, and tore the edge of that and put that there, cut that bit, you know, just however I liked it. You can see how it's not covering this side. So when you put your card down, that will cover this bare board part. You know?
Oh my goodness.
That will cover the bare board, so you won't see it. Like that. So?
Yep.
Lovely.
I have just had an epiphany. I've just had an epiphany because the thing that you have to remember is that I've only been doing this since last July and I have no idea. I went on a little bookbinding course, but it was very traditional about bookbinding and Japanese stitching, blah, blah, blah. But I was also following Joni, who makes her beautiful zines and stuff. But what I'm doing is I'm putting each folded page inside each other. And then I'm just like, oh, now it's too fat all around the edges. But it's a simple thing of you don't put them inside each other.
Right.
You put them next to each other. But it's just a simple thing that people think, oh, you should know that. But I didn't know that because then I ended up with like this ridiculous book that didn't fit inside each other. Oh.
These are made of card, these ones. If you find the ones that are made of paper, you would be happier putting those one inside the other. But to do that...
No, but even then the signatures... Yeah, but even then the signatures are not good. The signatures then become fatter and fatter and fatter.
Once I've got them inside and I've sewn them, I then trim the edges so that the edges are all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like this way better, Fran. I like
this way better. You don't have to do millions of trimming.
Yeah, I like this.
And there is another little trick you can do when it comes to the pages.
Sorry?
There is a trick you can do when it comes to the pages. Instead of gluing each of those little pages together, you could cut a strip and fold it like an accordion.
Yes, I love that method. I've done a book that way. It's marvelous.
And glue the pages back sides together that way to make your accordion.
It's got a long name. Australian reverse. God, what's it called? Australian reverse.
I'm not sure.
Like Peter in the title.
The reason I like it that way is because you see where your pages are, the edges of the pages, and I told you to distress them up.
Yeah.
When you glue them together, you could see all the whites where the pages.
Uh-huh.
And if you do the fold, then you don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing to remember with the fold is you're going to fold, you have them folded that way toward each penny paper towards itself. If you do the other fold, you're folding the mountain is the other way. And you have to be aware.
We'd have to demonstrate this. Words don't help very much. It's much easier if you can see what's being said.
Yeah, this
is
true.
Carry on with this one, and I'll do some more different types of bindings. I don't do stitch bindings so much. I do sometimes stitch them, but I just find other ways to put things together. Even if you're just simple, where are we? If you're just using sheets, just as one piece, and you've got it on both. I mean, I can do that. I've done one before, not exactly sewing, but making a hole through, putting a book string through, or making the hole and putting some string through and then tying that round a stick on the outside cover. That makes a lovely decorative binding.
Yeah.
There are 18 ways of doing it. You can do the concertina, or the one that Mariah did, the kind of concertina where she had a very complex fold.
Oh, yes.
And you cut the bits, and then you just swooshed it together, and there you were. You had the zine layout.
Yep.
Yeah. Was it Mariah that did that?
Yeah.
She did it on a really.
Mariah uses. Yeah, she cuts the whole sheet a certain way. Yeah.
Mary. Oh, what's her name? somebody. Might have been Tanya. Might have been Tanya.
Tanya McGuire, yes.
Yeah, Tanya McGuire. Might have been Tanya McGuire. I've got a feeling it was, because she's very good at explaining how to put it together.
Yep, that's where I learned. Colleen missed, we were talking over each other, so she missed where you said how you connected the paper to the card ones. I'm not sure if she means to the covers or the 3 in 1.
Well, let me glue these together and I'll show you how we do it.
Okay, we'll be quiet and
that's the best way. First, you want to stick your pages together. So you get some glue. I'm using 3 in 1, which to me seems to work just as well as Fabri-Tac, and in this country is less expensive than Fabri-Tac. But I've used Fabri-Tac. That works fine too. It's only paper to paper, so it doesn't really matter what it is. So I'm lining that up as well as I can.
You're lining it up off camera.
Lining the back up as well as I can. I've got to be able to see what I'm doing. Sorry. So that's fairly well lined up, yeah? Try to keep it as well lined up as you can. And that way, if you do it like that, then you can line up the spine nicely. And then I've got a paper one. I've got 2 cards there, right? So now I'm going to put a paper one because I fancy it. I did say before, try to use just card or just paper. If you use just card, you end up with a thick, fat book like that. If you use paper, you can end up with a thinner book and more pages in it. Or if you've got both, it doesn't really seem to matter. I thought it would, but even on the little one, I've got some papers in there.
Yep.
It's the same process, Colleen.
Same process. Exactly the same.
Yeah.
So, more for this one.
I love your colors.
Oh, beautiful colors. Look at that brayer. Look at that.
Yes, I was looking at that. You read my mind. Yep.
Oh, there. That.
Ooh.
Put too much, because the more you put near the edges, I mean, I'm inclined to put too much because it will pop out otherwise, I think. And if you put too much near the binding and near the edges, it will swan out and it will start sticking.
Squidge out.
So that the darn thing will squidge out. You don't want glue squidging out and sticking the pages together if you can avoid it. Okay. Right, another one. I'll put this one now. I think my most successful one, the one I like pattern on, the look of it best, is the very first one I did, the paper artsy one, with the colours that I used then. I stuck quite closely to what Leandra said. If you look on, I think it's on the paper artsy site. It's quite old now, that one, but it's there. It's making using a brayer, making brayer sheets. I think it's called that. I'll try and find it and give a link somewhere. But she does it really, really well, and she adds white when she wants to knock colours back. Like, for instance, if she's got something that's quite dark and she wants to knock it back, she'll put white on. I put some metallic colour on that one to try and knock it back a bit. And on this one, I used some lilac to knock it back. I think it was just it was this one. Here we are. The Corbeo Deco Cream. I had to shake it up a bit because when I opened it, a load of clear goo came out, so I had to try and sort of shake it up. It's difficult to shake a tube.
Vortex.
Try and mix it back in. And then I got that lovely lavender colour. Quite nice. You can still see some of the paper in that one.
Okay, I posted a link to Tanya's stream where she did the zine, the paper fold, which is very helpful. And I'm going to post another link. This is to my channel. My one and only video is a very small book, probably not as small as Fran's. And I incorporated crocheted pages.
Yes, you did. That was lovely with the cups and that. Yes.
Yes, I made about, oh my gosh, Laura might remember, I made 30 or 40 of these different ones, with different themes and sent them all to Defy. And I honestly, I got sick not long after that, so I never saw if she auctioned them or whatever happened to them. But I still have some left. I'm trying to find the page there. There's the link to my one and only video. Very poorly done, and I apologize. I don't do videos. That was from quite a few years ago.
So let's put another one of these.
I think you do not need to apologise.
No, I don't need to apologise. No, of course you don't.
You don't need to
I think it's wonderful.
It was very hard to video close up with, and I didn't have a camera at the time. I had a phone. I took 2 books and I stood them up and I put the phone across the top.
I've done that. Yep.
And I had my hands and my hands trying to be tiny, working in this little space between these books and below my phone. That's how I videoed it.
When I did it, the phone fell off the books in the middle of the video.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Here is an interesting observation. Is that there are some of us who are messy, chaotic creators of beauty, and there are some of us who are a little bit more controlled, and we need to address those issues. So I always love watching Kerry. I hope you're here, Kerry, because I live in a tiny, tiny apartment in the middle of Amsterdam, and I have a musician husband who has 7,000 million guitars and contrabasses. I have
7,000.
Yeah, I have like a half a meter by half a meter draining board situation to create my art on, and at the same time I'm cooking dinner. And I always when I'm in Makers, I always listen to people that say, oh, I don't have an art studio, or I don't have a space, or I don't have a thing to show you. And it doesn't matter, because if you have somewhere that you can create something, I have a chopping board in my I have a chopping board in my kitchen, and at the same time I have to feed my husband and cook food for us. It doesn't matter. And what is so beautiful is that whatever space that you have, you can create something beautiful, mini, macro, micro, maxi. It doesn't matter. And that's also what being on these videos with you guys and being on Makers and stuff makes me happy about, because my flat is completely stuffed out with stuff that I have no space to do anything. But you can do space in a little space. That is just, it's just wonderful. I love that. It makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. And look at you, Fran. How big is your desk, Fran?
Well, it's a fair size. It's
look at you.
I'm doing it in this little area, of course, because that's where my hands are.
It's actually,
isn't it wonderful?
Working in a little alcove in a little room.
Yeah. Isn't it
the only
wonderful?
way to
Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful?
Unless
look at that.
Money. The only way to get a studio is to show that you're using it all the time for years on end.
That's what he said.
And then people give in and go, look, all your stuff is everywhere. If you have a room to yourself, maybe then we can get a bit tidy around here.
No, we can't. We just have to do it where we can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are very lucky and fortunate, and isn't that beautiful? But we have a kitchen counter or a coffee table, or like Fran does at the moment with her situation.
I've been banished to my husband's sitting room, little baby sitting room.
Yep.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. And that's what makes me happy when I read all of the posts.
You definitely like it back. Fran, can I have my sitting room back? I haven't been able to use my system for ages.
Where there's a
Yeah,
will, there's a
sorry.
way. I'll tell you,
Yeah.
I utilize the space under our beds. Pull out
Yeah.
trays. I can pull out trays, and there's a stack of papers there that I want to use or whatever. I try to utilize. He's sitting here listening, so he'll agree.
Yeah.
If there's
Is
nothing
she holding a large machete? You will agree, won't you, Russ?
in that spot.
But why do people who want to create think that they need to have a studio or a big space to be an artist? It does not matter. Why do people do that? And
I think it's because they've seen other people's art space and they like the art space and they think they want to create. But I think if the urge to create is that big, you'll create wherever you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can create on a tea tray. Yeah, you can create on a 12 by 12 situation, and it's just wonderful if you have a studio with beautiful light and you can close the door and go out and leave it all. But some of us do not, and that's also okay, and that's what is so beautiful and why I love being in makers, because who knows what everybody's private situation is and what they're trying to be creative in. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's wonderful. Yeah.
I remember when Fran had to go to Wales to her aunt's house, and it was she couldn't carry. I mean, it was a 6-hour drive away. She couldn't take a lot of things. She had to bring a lot. She needed the space to bring a lot of things home.
Yeah.
She took her drawing pencils and some paper and whatever, and because when the urge hit her to create, she had something. She found a way.
Exactly.
And I found stuff there as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Now I think I'm about done with this. I think I've about got enough there. Now I'm going to have to trim some of these because they are not even. It's going to be uneven.
I went for the sloppy grunge.
I think it's always a good thing to go for because you don't have to put so much effort in.
Well, I knew when I glued mine together that I wasn't going to be exactly straight, and I also knew when I glued them to the covers that they weren't going to line up straight. So
I think I'll leave it. I won't bother. Doesn't really matter. If you worry about it that much, you go and tidy it up. I have got a one that's quite tall there, which I think I will have a go at.
Yeah, that one might make a difference.
Obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's what I said. You can see the white edges of the pages where they're glued, and I told Fran to take her distressed inks and grunge it up a little bit. If you did the strip and folded it like on an accordion, you wouldn't see those edges. The only thing I problem I have with making it an accordion like that is where you fold it on the paint and the ink and the sprays and everything you've used, and you hope that you don't crack and stress those folds.
Yeah.
With the tiny scissors.
Yep. Tiny scissors.
I'll tell you what happens to me. And I follow Joni quite a lot with making her zines, and I also follow Kim Poulton, is that when I put all of my things together and then I bind it at the outside with either bookbinding tape or stuff, when I open it, they all fall out because they're not joined on to the outside thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens. Oh. My edges are also always lovely and distressed, but it's the binding on the outside. Is every time I make a book, a little mini book or a big book or a small book, is that when I open it, all the pages keep falling out.
So I'm just trimming the bits that I can see that are overlapping.
Yeah, but your pages are not falling out.
Well, they're stuck to each other.
Well, yeah, but she hasn't put them in the book yet, Paula.
No, not yet.
But they won't fall out anyway because
I'll stick the one side of the one page.
Yep.
Will become the frontispiece and will be stuck down to the board.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if the spine sticks. It's not a big deal unless Fran wants to create it that way. It's just part of the
part of the aesthetic.
Yeah,
oh.
Yeah.
I'm not in the live chat now, but I keep trying this, and then all my pages keep falling out. Oh, look at that!
You'll have to come into the dungeon, and we'll do one in the dungeon sometime.
Yeah, we Fran opens a room in Facebook. We call it the dungeon.
We have to keep calling it the dungeon because Fran keeps getting rid of it.
Yeah, it's not recorded. It's not a live stream like this. It's just us live playing together.
Like Anne Lar does.
Yeah, and Anne Lar does every Thursday morning. She does one, and when I get a chance, I love to go in there and just sit and visit and craft and chat away like just the girls get together.
I made it to the last one.
Yes, you did, and I didn't.
I thought I'd see you in there.
You see, look at that. It's all stuck together. Mine never sticks together.
Well, did you put glue between each page?
Yes.
Well,
no. What glue were you using?
I've got Fabri-Tac. I've also got glitter glue, and I've also got just a cheap from the supermarket, cheap pan shop tacky glue. And I know how to book bind. I can make books, but these little mini books, with these little mini books, every time I make one and I open it up, they all pop out. We'll visit. We'll visit it.
Well, I don't think these would if you did this method.
Yeah.
If you found a book, it's Hetty Kyle. Didn't I just have that book? The Art of Fold.
Oh, I have Hetty Kyle. Yes.
Yes, I have it right here. Hetty Kyle and Ula Workall, The Art of the Fold. I love that book. I had it on ebook, and I had to purchase the book. I needed to touch it. I needed to feel it and smell it. I love this book.
Yeah, she got me to buy it as well.
Yeah, my sister has the book. I do not.
Hetty Kyle, if you want to know how to make books non-traditionally instead of like the book itself that you're reading from, then Hetty Kyle, she does folds, and I've learned so many wonderful there you go, one sheet books. Mariah has showed it. I know she has. I'm
going to do one more on this side because I want card to go down on the board, and that's a piece of paper, so I want card on there. So I'm going to do that one. And then I'll have finished putting the pages together, and I'll show you how to put the
book covers
binding together.
Yeah.
There we go. See, plenty of glue, Paula. Lots and lots of glue.
Yes.
Can you see that?
See it.
And then put the two sheets together. Glue to paper.
Yeah.
Stick it down like that.
I just want to tell everybody how happy I am that they came in today and they're staying with us, and all the lovely thumbs up and tolerating three of us trying to chat here. Usually when it's just me and Fran or me and someone else, if we bring in someone else, I start getting
echo.
Well, not an echo, anxious is the word I was going for. Lost, trying to. But
what are you doing, man?
I'm better today.
What are you doing?
I think Paula is talking to somebody.
Hi, Paula's husband.
Hi,
Oh,
Paula's
sorry.
husband.
Hello, my husband just arrived. Hello. Want to say hello? We're in the live.
Hiya.
I'm just
I
looking
can
at
put you on mute.
Who is it? I'm Robert. Who are you? Let me have a look. Oh, yeah.
We have Fran and Violet. I'm trying to make spare
This
ribs,
is me.
but I don't know what's happening. But yeah, this is my husband. Just come home.
Let's take care of my mother.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Hiya.
Yeah.
Don't say anything
Bill.
rude. We're on TV. We're on totally live.
Oh, rude is the interpretation of general difference. I say. Mrs. Frank,
So
let me have a taste.
Evie, I
I've
would
just got to
love
make a
it
decision.
if Fran and I got in the dungeon, or I could even make a room on my own if you wanted to come in and Fran could show you one-on-one more of
Let me
this.
see.
That would be wonderful.
I think I'd rather
Or
have that way
anyone,
around.
just
No, just spare ribs.
you're off
They're done.
camera, Fran.
Let me mute Paula while she and her husband are talking, it seems.
Okay.
There we go. I can always unmute her again when she waves.
I need you to come on camera up towards your scissors. There
we
you
go.
go. There you go.
In fact, let's get a bit closer because you might want to see what I'm doing. Let me
Yeah.
lower my stick a bit.
Well, you let me know when would be a good time, Ivy. And you and I, or you, I, and Fran, you and I are closer in time zone. We're only an hour apart.
Now then, I'm just deciding which side I want. I think I like that side better. It's got more oomph to it than that one. So
Yeah.
when I put it in like this, it's going to disappear because you won't see the inside because that page will obliterate it like that, you see?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
So I'm going to go for that side because that's what I'm going to see on the binding, like that. So I think I'll make it so that that bit is just there. And I might cut a bit more off because that's going quite a lot further.
Quite a lot, yeah.
So I will smooth the, trim that down. But I still want some because I want it to be quite a secure binding.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I want to trim a bit off this side as well.
Yeah, you're way off camera. You're over there.
Sorry, you can see it's a bit wonky. So I want to cut that like that. Straight as I can. So I've got that straight. I think that should do. Let's have a look now. If I put it so that that is on the binding, that's going to look quite nice. See, the fact that it's a bit thinner doesn't matter. Only a little bit thinner, though. You can get away with a bit.
Come back on camera. There you go.
Nope.
Yep.
So I'm going to do that. So first of all, you have to stick this, your binding, to your books, to your inner book, your signatures. Right? So I want that to show. So I'm going to stick it like that. So get your LT glue again.
And just so I can
I'm
say,
gonna
if
go
Paula is
all the way.
listening, that Fran has muted you, Paula, to respect your privacy with your husband. So
if you want to come back on and talk again, just let us know in. Oh, she can't let us know in the chat.
No, she
can
can't.
wave
She has to wave her hands in the camera, and you'll see it
frantically. Yes, eventually we'll figure it out. It's possible she can press unmute herself.
Oh yeah, that's quite possible. There you go.
So I'm pushing that down there, and then I'm going to pick that up and push it down on there as well.
Are you going to put glue on the spine,
shape.
or did you? Yeah. Okay.
I put glue up to that level, so it's all the way around there.
Yeah.
None on the back yet. None on the back yet. So I got it all the way from there up to there, right? So you see?
Yep.
It's on the spine. So I'm going to put a bit more on there.
Hi, Pinka. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, Panka. Glad you could pop in. Just tightening it up nicely so it's a good tightness. Here we are, nice and neat looking. All right, so now I've got these two. I've just got to decide which way around I want them to go. I think I like that way.
You're off camera again.
Sorry. I think I like it that way with that bit upmost.
Yeah.
I think that'll do for the back. Either way, it doesn't matter. You choose what you want. So now I undo this page and I put glue over the whole of that, right? Like this.
And you know, we were talking about the Fabri-Tac as opposed to the other one, the 3-in-1. And
yeah, this is the 3-in-1.
Right. And I don't know about you, but I'm using the Fabri-Tac because that's what I have. And it leaves strings like a glue gun would.
Yeah.
And it drives me nuts. It's a short trip, but it takes me there.
I'm putting it a little bit recessed.
3-in-1
glue
to get it even. Is very similar to Fabri-Tac. It's made by the same company, Beacon. And yeah, Fabri-Tac smells. Yes, it does. And it pretty much is the same difference in my mind because it covers.
So to get the last page in, which I made sure was also card, so it's nice and thick.
Many products, paper, fabric, cardboard. And I've actually even got a note on here to add a tiny bit of acetone to my Fabri-Tac to extend the life. I'll have to do that.
Well, the thing is, I did that with my acetone, and the bottle is still around somewhere, and I haven't been able to use it. Maybe I didn't add enough acetone, or maybe I added too much. I don't know what the correct proportions are, but I didn't find it helped much.
Then I won't do it. Johnny, I get.
Well, I'm holding it like this so as to make it level. Sorry, I just want to mention. So I've got it flat on there, and I'm making it level as I can. Okay.
I'm using, and I think Fran uses it too. Instead of the actual glitter glue, we get Barely Art, which is the same difference, but it's a better price.
I haven't got that.
Oh, you don't? And nope. I believe it's what Mariah uses too, because the glitter glue is costly. I'm very happy with it. And it has the needlepoint tip, so I love that. I have a pin that I put down in the point.
Now, what did I do with that? Just got some strings here as well. What did I do with that piece? There we are, that piece.
Johnny, it's called Barely Art. Bearly Art, A-R-T. And I'm pretty sure I got it on Amazon. I have Aileen's tacky glue too, and I have Tombow glue, and I have the Fabri-Tac, and I have something else. But you know, you can use Mod Podge or gel medium. I think we were talking about, right, Fran? If you don't have any of the other adhesives.
Yeah, you can use gel medium, sure. Try to get not too thick a one, because if you've got the really heavy body one, it's going to be a bit, tougher to use, I think. It's possible, though. It's certainly possible.
And you'll not want to get it, like with glue, you'll not want to get it on the outside because it may be leave a sheen or a matte finish, and then it'll be noticeable.
Unless you want that.
Right.
So I've now cut these two to the same length and made sure they're around about the same width. Right? They're just offcuts of when I was doing the Tyvek, right?
Right.
Just offshoots of it. Those are for a smaller one. And that's for the big one. So if I have a little bit extra, like when I was looking at it, and I've been going, when I'm cutting my stencils, I've been going like that along the edge of the cutting mat to show where I've got to cut. And that can leave a ridge on your bit of Tyvek. So I was cutting those off, and that's why I've got these pieces. You can see the ridges there.
Oh,
see?
Yep, I see.
Because when I was printing it, it didn't print all the way. It showed up the ridge of where I'd put my fingernail. Oh, so I'm going to stick that one on there. I'm going to just trim this a bit more because it's not quite even.
And you're off camera. Would it be easier if you just turn the camera so it shows more of your desk down below instead of you keep trying to move? Ta-da! There you go.
Yeah. So I can have one there, like that. Where's the middle? The middle
And
is
at
there.
this point, this is decorative. This is just an embellishment.
This is just decorative, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to do it. That's finished.
Yeah.
I can put a word on the front like I did with that one if I want to, or I don't have to. I could just put, I've got a stamp I made that says journal. I could just stamp that on the top if I wanted to. So basically that is finished. And I just try to keep it like that so that it dries without sticking the pages together so much.
That's what I
It's
did.
already done in places.
I
So,
totally opened mine and let it fan out.
Yep. So I would leave it like that to dry completely so that the glue dries. Or put it like that if it is all dry, if you've done it nice over a long time, and stick something hefty on like a bench block. Or your pot of glue if it fits a full one.
I'll tell you what, I used the bulldog clips and clipped mine together to hold it together, and it worked fine.
You could do that as well. I've done that numerous times. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Just be careful not to leave marks in the, for years.
Well, I would put another bit of cardboard either
Yeah.
side, which is why I have cardboard somewhere.
Your clips are nicer than mine.
Oh, Paula's gone. She's probably had to go do dinner or something.
Okay.
Maybe she'll pop back into the chat. No, she doesn't have to do it on the whatever. There we are. A bit of cardboard. So I can put a bit both sides and use it to grip.
Yeah.
There's another piece.
So as not to mar the book cover.
Don't get a mark on it like that. I would advise using a bit of card like that to hold it steady. But I think this is about, it's not going to move. I tried moving it earlier. It wasn't going to have any.
Yep.
So there we are. I've got two little books. I'm going to add these pieces to that one. If I can find the other piece. I did have two bits. There we are.
Yep.
Now that's a different colour. That's not the piece I had. There we are. I was bending that bit.
And I ended up, I liked your first book where you used the spine on the outside. I really did like that. But
Yep.
in the end, I went the other way and put my spine on the inside like you're doing now.
Yeah, well, you can do it either way.
Yeah,
It shows you can.
Way.
But
I
if you're doing it either way, make sure you've got a piece of cloth that is a little bit longer than you want, because I folded it under here.
Yeah.
I've got a nice clean line there.
Exactly.
And make it a bit longer on both sides, top and bottom, so you can fold it under before you start gluing it on the book. Because that is just ragged. And it's not ragged in a good way. So, right, I'm going to stick these two on because I quite like it. It gives a little, I was dreaming last night, gives a little sort of distinction to it, I think. And I was dreaming last night about getting some copper foil out and making little tiny book hasp to go over it to hold it. I might do that. I might not. I don't know.
Well, I want to see it if you do it.
Well, I'll do my best to let you know.
Oh, Evie
So-
was a good girl. Lynn is sending her some happy mail, or somebody is. Okay, Johnny, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Thank you for the thumbs
Oh,
up.
bye-bye, Johnny. Go to PT. Is that as in physical training?
Barely arts. That's what I like, Lynn. Yeah, physical therapy.
Oh, physio. Yeah.
Physical training. What would that be?
That's what we used to have in school.
Oh, we called that PE, physical education.
Well, it's either PT or PE, depending on
Yeah.
what
Gym.
what they wanted to call it. Gym.
Gym. We
Yeah.
called it gym for short. JYM. Gym. Go into gym. Gotta wear those funny purple.
JYM. We called it GYM.
Oh yeah, GYM. Duh. Duh.
Otherwise, it was young Jim from down the road.
Yeah, exactly.
Just making sure it's level-ish, right? Same with this one.
And you missed putting it over the face. I like that.
Over the face.
Well, over that design.
Oh, that, yeah, that was accident. I wasn't paying attention. There we go. I liked that I was able to incorporate PM Artist Studio stencils into it. I was quite pleased about that. See, I'm pushing it in as well so that it attaches to the inner block of pages, the signature. And I'm just wiping off excess glue there. There we go. I think that's about right. There we are.
Colleen says you have done a good job, Fran, and I agree. It sparked me to where she got me making one, but then I love journals. I don't know what happened. Your light went dark and you're off center. You gotta come over here. Nope, down. Nope, down. You're way out of screen. You're off screen. There she goes.
I wanted to get a better angle.
There you go. Oh, look at her just showing off.
That got the spine there. And my little spine there.
That little
And the other.
adorable.
There you go. So that is that. I'm afraid we're finished now. All you've got to do is go on and make another one with all the other bits, like I've got to make bigger ones with these. I will just show you a rather nice piece of paper I did, because you don't have to do the brayer to make your pages. You can go completely bonkers instead. And let me try and get the camera in place first. I want to surprise you with this because I think it's lovely. Oh,
hold on, everyone. Hold on.
Little orifice. Let me just pop it back in so I can tighten it up. There we go.
Evie, we need to have a play date.
Wiggly, wiggly, wiggly. Ah, whoops. Now there we are. I will just show you this lovely sheet that I made.
Oh.
Isn't that lovely? You imagine making a book out of that? Can I either go on the cover or inside or both?
Oh, wow.
What's that one called? I've used bittersweet vine on here, a little bit of tattered leather.
The violet,
that's what I'm trying to remember the name of.
Oh.
Mardi Gras. That's what it was.
Okay.
Mardi Gras. I don't know if they still make that. I got that quite a while ago. Mardi Gras.
That's Tattered Angels, right?
Angels, yes.
Show the front of the bottle. So
there's the bittersweet vine I used.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still available. If it is, I must get some more because I love it. It's a lovely, rich, yellowy brown. This gorgeous sort of sandy sort of colour. And
Laura.
what else did I
Oh,
use? I
everybody.
used a little bit of this French lime. French lime. And no, not those. It was definitely that one. Tattered leather.
Yes, you finally got it. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
got
one
it
you
from
want.
Hobby TV show.
Okay, Fran and I did a recorded video. Okay, go ahead.
Like a witchy woman, I have scanned it. Violet already told me you've got to scan those, so I scanned it.
Yep.
And I scanned a load of other sheets at the same time. So I scanned all these before I cut them up as well. Well, apart from the ones that I just did just now, like that one, I didn't scan that one.
Lynn
Oh well,
wants to
never
know,
mind.
on this one, this is all sprays, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. This is
Let me
all
direct
Tattered Angel
everyone-
sprays. You can
Let me
use
direct
any
everyone to
sprays.
that
It doesn't
other
have to be-
video.
Sorry.
I'm going to find
Sorry?
it. I'm going to get the link to the other video. The video where you made the other.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was the same method as I used for those sheets. I
Yeah,
scanned
it
those
was
as well.
recorded, so a lot of people miss seeing it.
Uh-huh. That's part one. We're going to be doing part two soon. Don't know exactly when, but we will be. And that's the book cover. I made the bigger book cover using some of the various
Okay, go
stencils.
watch that, people, and see how Fran sprays and what the papers
That's
that she comes up with. Oh my Lord!
That's one of PM Artist Studio stencils with that nice pattern on it. It's the Celtic one, I think. Celtic design on there. And that's my painting there. That's a design. I think that is also in PM Artist Studio.
Okay,
So
Eddie,
get
thank you for being here.
For today. That is us finished.
I posted the link to the one where you were creating the papers for the box. The ones where you got that metallic look. You blew me out of the water with that one.
It was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, those were gorgeous. So I posted the link for it. Everyone needs to go watch that one and see how Fran spray painted those papers and made them look like a sheet of copper, patinaed copper. It just is unbelievable. And there's those gorgeous books. Look how
there we are. Are you coming back?
Sure.
There you are. You're coming back. Good. We can see your papers now as well.
Oh, there. Yeah.
Lovely papers.
A few. Nothing. Okay.
That's great. I thought they were lovely.
Oh, they are. I just have to sort through them and see what I'm going to use for the next book. Because I want.
Oh, I love that one. That one's lovely.
Yeah.
That one.
Like that
And
one.
the one underneath it. That one. Yeah. Lovely. Lovely.
I'm working on that one next.
Yeah, you've got to put a bit more on that one, I think. Yeah.
This one is actually like a cereal box cover or something. And I just started,
yeah.
You know, my favorite lattice stencil from PM Artist Studio. There. I always love that one. And then this one was just squiggles. And then just more squiggles.
I love that color. That color's lovely. You're just taking it away, the purple one.
Isn't that something? I
yeah.
don't remember how I managed to get those two, other than I think this was a sheet that I used to pull up excess, you know, the big giant plate. This was before I cut my plate down. And that one.
Yep.
Tissue paper.
I think that's really delicate, that one.
Yeah, I like
lovely and delicate.
Ghosty, kind of ghosty.
Exactly.
Okay. Our ladies have to go.
Everybody wants to go. So I think we can say bye-bye. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. Just let me get my hand in there.
Thank you for being here, and we probably won't see you Friday, but...
Yep, here we go. Bye.